May the Most High Creator all bless us. Before I tell you the real topic, I'm going to tell you a joke. I'd like to tell you a joke first. It was years ago I went to a Thanksgiving dinner party. And there was a couple guys in there. You know, I live in Chicago, so it was one dude. He was in there. He was like, alright. He met me. He's like, man, I'm trying to make it in the rap industry. So, you know, I got these bars. I'm gonna spit for you. So I was like, okay, you know, because apparently they must have told him I used to rap. I used to be in the studio, so he proceeds to get the rapping to me, but he was like, you know, I do it in a form of poetry. So he's doing it in front of everybody at this Thanksgiving party. He's like, I do it in a form of poetry, you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of different. I'm unique with it, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, he get the smiles and cries and smiles off the bat. The way he just delivering, I want to just laugh, right? But he's so serious with it. He like smiles and cries and smiles. Sometimes they look at my eyes through the pain because I know they lies. Even though I got these fries on my side, sometimes I laugh. Sometimes I cry. Smiles and cries. I was like, what the fuck? I wanted to laugh so hard, right? Like, he like, yeah, so that's one of the things, one of the songs that I want to drop on the album and shit, like, and I was like, yo, I wanted to just laugh. So it's like he want to know what I think, and motherfuckers just looking at me, everybody, and I'm like, I was like, yes, you know what I mean? Just, I see how you did it with the different tones and shit, like, and he get to laughing, like, nah, I'm just playing. So I'm like, oh, thank God, dude. I was like, what the fuck is that? So, you know, I just had to say that little joke to throw off the algorithms, you know what I mean? Because I ain't no jokey type of person, but that shit was funny to the motherfucker, man. But the main topic is, I wanted to tell you that a lot of people don't understand what it means when you say this is a fraternal world. And a lot of people don't really understand when you say people wake up every day worshiping a system, a satanic system, if you may call it that, an evil system that they don't want a part of, but they're playing a role in it, even if you don't understand it. Well, how do we survive? How do we do all this and whatever? Well, this is a free world of choices. Some choices are harder than others. That's why there are certain people that are, you remember in the movie Troy, the boy came up to Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was the warrior named Troy. And he said, but it's an army of them. You won't stand a chance, or whatever he said. And he said, that's why no one will remember you, because you are afraid. Even if the odds are stacked against you, you mean something to this world. And whether you have to go out like a martyr or somebody else, you may have to, you know. In order to become stronger, you have to go through hardship. It is what it is. I understand that more than ever. But this world is a fraternal world. And for those that don't understand, the world is ran by the Freemasons. It's ran by the occult. And it's magical. When I say that, I mean they involve themselves in either the left or the right hand path, and it's all left hand path because they serve a dark master. You don't believe me? I wanted to be a teacher, right? And I learned many things. Went to school for it and everything. University and all that. And what I found out is that you have to join a fraternal order. Once you become certified, you have to join a fraternal order. And it's your choice. You got about 40 different choices of fraternal orders that you must want. About 7 you must join in order to become to be indoctrinated into being a teacher. Okay? And you have to participate in certain ways, and some people find it boring. They don't really pay attention to it. But you paying out your tax money and you're paying your dues towards it, right? This unknown entity that you don't really care about. You just go to certain functions once a month or whatever. It's like you literally have to do these things. And you pay your, basically just like church, you pay your tithing to them. Each and every paycheck, it goes towards it. This unknown thing that you do. And this is in different high level paying jobs in different sectors, the movers and shakers of society. You know, when I was working at the hospital, I was a housekeeper, and I used to clean doctors' rooms and nurses' rooms and stuff like that, like, you know, clean out their offices and the nurse stations and different things. And lo and behold, I seen a fraternal order book pertaining to doctors. When you go in and you become certified, you have to join a certain fraternal order belonging to that hospital or whatever organization that is run under these high-level Freemasonic orders. High level, okay? And then after I was reading the book, and I'm like, oh shit, like it was a high level, like you literally, they were showing initiation ceremonial things that you had to do, and the way you had to move, and secrecy and all this different. It was literally a book for that, for the doctors. When you look on the side of the police cars, it says Fraternal Order of Police. Whatever state you in, it says that. When you go into politics, it's the same thing. When you go into teaching, like I said, the doctors, nurses, lawyers, all these things, judges, everything. You paying through your 401ks, you doing it all. You're participating, knowingly and unknowingly. And the ones who know that they're participating in it, the ceremonial rituals and all these different things in society, they're knowing what they're pushing, and they become these beings that shapeshift and do all these different things. See, I understand. That's exactly why there are certain people that would shift away from certain conversations when you try to have it, if you're a deep thinker, one that observe, because they're involved in ways that they're ashamed or they know it. So it's a lot of secrecy around your local environment as well as the large diaspora of things in society. Shit is real. All around us. Even you might be participating, willingly or unwillingly, knowing or unknowingly, still doing it through your work and your time. Do you know how important your time is in court? If someone loses their time, they can request it back, because it's one of the most important things in court is your time. That's what they sentence. That's what they deal with, is your time in court. Do you see how the importance? You swap your time, because time is motion. Time is not money. Time is motion. You're tithing yourself towards the money and connecting yourself with an invisible entity that's controlling all of these things that bond you to it. That's why you swipe into the chronos, to the clock. You trade your time for that paper that is not either backed by gold or silver. So it's all rituals every day. And it's hard because it's a system that you put yourself into. Don't believe me? Take economic class. You will find out that the government calls we the people the beast. We are the beast. And there's a terminology in politics called starving the beast. When they inflate money or do something like that, I'm a little bit rusty in economics, but I'm pretty, I can understand a lot of things that go on. But it's a fraternal world. And you don't know that it's a power behind it, because it's all rituals. Then people say, why do they have these ceremonial things? Why do you have to join a fraternal order? Why do you have to? You have to officially join these things, and your paycheck, pieces of your percentage of your paycheck goes to these fraternal orders each and every month. Why? Think about that. If you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, if you're a judge, if you're a lawyer, if you're a policeman, firefighter, if you work for anything, if you're a postal worker, if you're anything, you paying these fraternal orders through your 401ks, through your salaries and paychecks each and every month. Why do you think that you're delivered mail and it's junk mail? Because they're sponsored to advertise their things. It's not federal. They're owned by Amazon. It's all corporate, fraternal orders. And at the head is the source of it all. You have sorcerers. Shit gets deep. Left-hand path witchcraft gets handed down through the economy. You don't believe me? Go to a witch doctor and see how they keep you reeling in. They hex the money. So when you bring back money to them, you're hexed in a continuous cycle to keep generating money, to slave yourself, to keep going, spending, making, coming back to that source. The system is hexed. It is a hexed economy. So we're locked in. And it's easy for you not to understand this when you don't know the truth. But you're slaving and you're working for these hexed. This is why it's important to pray. When I say pray, meditate, whatever the hell you believe in, whatever you think you believe in, that word, it doesn't necessarily, put it like this, you cannot put any language on what I'm talking about. You have to feel what I'm talking about. You have to be able to use this, the third eye, the mind, the soul, the heart, to see what I'm talking about. Because people think it's a game. Remember, there are layers before you get to the physical. Everything is different layers. If you read ancient things, if you read about your past and who you are, you would know these things. And it would fill in the blanks where you can't see. I'm right here telling you this, and it's a lot of people who I might as well be on another planet with this. The connection is not there, so I'm trying to fill in different blanks. There's highly sophisticated, intelligent, evil manifested in the form of flesh, and you can't even see it in the spirit world, both working hand in hand together. And it's a funny thing too that I was reading about this year. It's a lot of things that's supposed to be 2023 too. The year of the rabbit, according to the Asian community, it's the year of the rabbit. And then when you look deeper into it, they said it's a lot of misfortune, a lot of disorder and a lot of different things like that, negative attributes, negative energies and stuff for the year 2023, the year of the rabbit. So it's not a coincidence. I could feel like, look, this is what they got planned, and you could see it. That's why I keep saying Michael Jordan was well known and groomed to be that number 23 for the Bulls. That's why they took his father out. That's why I said that. Them two cases, 23s, with the two mass shootings in California, added up to 23. It's a lot of different things that's going on that people aren't aware of. The portal over Russia, the dark portal over Russia that popped open in January in Berlin. I think it was the 22nd or something, I believe. So it's a lot of different things that's we have to prepare for spiritually, man. Because remember, we have loved ones, and if you don't believe in a higher power, I suggest you do. You find something beyond yourself. You know what I mean? It's a spiritual warfare that's going on that's beyond us. Call yourself gods if you want to, but there are different beings out there that this word gods, G-O-D, that's a man-made word for something that we try to put words to. These words are here to lock you in. You know what I mean? That's what separates us from learning about each other and different things, is these words and these vocabulary and definitions. You control the language of a people, then you control their minds. You have to break away from it to see light. You cannot explain the universe with language and books and all these different things to a certain degree. Certain things are unexplainable. That's our problem as human beings. We want to define everything. There are things that you have to go beyond words with. Like when I experience these spiritual, supernatural things that happen to me because of certain things that I've been through and went through, I try to come here and explain as much as I can without people thinking like, oh, he must be dreaming and things. But no, that's why I have so much videos. At least if you get to learn a piece of me, you'll get to learn that, oh, okay, he knows the difference between dreams and visions and real life and different things, to show you that I'm intelligent. So maybe one day you will have a spiritual experience just like mine and be like, I see what you were saying. Oh my God, we have to tell people about these different things or whatever. But that word, G-O-D, there are things out here that's much powerful than a G-O-D. You hear me? If that's what we are, there are things higher and more powerful than that. And that word and how much you can define what it is. There are things much more powerful than outside of that definition. Do you understand me? There are demons on the same level as a G-O-D. Do you understand me? They would be considered that by our standards of what a power is or what powers can do. They're princes and principalities in the dark realm, in the shadow world, and all these different things. High-level G-O-Ds in different realms. That's why I say Most High. And there is a Most High beyond you. See, people don't know the divine order of things and what really goes on. So when I hear them speak, it's a level of ignorance, and it's not their fault. It's been generations and generations of people misunderstanding things and being miseducated, backwards learning. And a lot of ego growing. Because once the ego is involved, you would think that you are the Most High, and there is nothing else but beyond you. If that was the case, you would do things that no one in this world can do. And I don't mean just physically. I mean you will break free of everything. That's why you should pay attention to the movie Lucy. if you feel that way. Because in order to become one of those things that you consider a God, you would really have to lose your flesh. A God cannot be contained in the human flesh. That's why when you see movies of people, when they ascend or they elevate out of, become more than human, what do? They shape into something different from a cocoon, like a butterfly. They're no longer that fragile, frail shell. They go into a cocoon, right? And they come out into a butterfly. You would no longer be human. But it's a lot of humans that be like, I am a God already and all this. This is base level. When you become a God, you become much more physically. And I wouldn't even say mentally, because you would be free of the mental. You would be light. You would just be power or darkness. And there are principalities with different things. So, people strike me, I know it's the ego. The ego thinks it's very intelligent and it knows, but it knows not of the spirit world. And a lot of things we do mentally, we misjudge a lot of situations and think about the spirit world, and we are fools for that. So a lot of us have to dig deep inside, and the way you dig deep inside and you find out more about the spirit world is investigating on your own personal life. When you're able to go back and fix the wrongs that you do when you think it's other people, I've learned, and I'm learning now, that a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that I think that are other people's fault, sometimes I have a part in a role to play in that that pain, if you will, as well. And you go back and you investigate, and it's truly a matter of going back and fixing yourself, and you realize, like, there's some of the darkness within my life I have caused, or I was a part of. And when you're spiritually in depth and you're going deeper and deeper, that's how you learn how to fix yourself and your shadow. And then you come back, and when you come back from digging out, going within, you come back and you fix things. You see it through your character, and you build and stuff like that. And spiritually, remember I told you, they can read our minds and read our hearts. They don't even care about, you acting this way or making videos, and then you portray to be one person but you're another and stuff like that. They really see, regardless of what people think about you, if you're really in your heart, each and every day you're changing yourself, because time, like I said, is the most valuable thing that you can have. And when you're always changing yourself and you're trying hard and hard each and every day, regardless of whoever thought you were yesterday, if you're building yourself at heart and you're constantly trying to be better and better the next day, then you will spiritually evolve. You will become much more than human. That's how. But there are people here that they want to try so hard to elevate and become powerful in the flesh that they would read these books about magic and do all these things. They would break moral boundaries. And you know how evil works. Evil would try to make excuses for it, like, there is no one outside yourself that's more powerful. Don't worry about this and that and this. And there are boundaries that's set up there for reasons. You have to be chosen. That's why they hid these secret knowledge books and all these things from us. A lot of these things that we read are fake, published, because there has always, for generations upon generations, been a longing to going back to source. And we have been misguided by a lot of these people in a position to let us know, yes, there is an ancient war going on between the Most High and all the different things, the beings, the angels, the gods, and different things that's on the side of the Most High and the light. And there's always been an ancient war between the gods of darkness and all these different things. And we're stuck in the middle trying to find out where we belong because we've been misguided. Human beings are the most fragile of all, but we have the most beautiful potential. Our destiny is written in the stars, and they're trying to hide that fact, okay? What I speak of is going to take centuries probably to unfold. But like I said, there's a secret within going through the heart. I don't care who don't believe. But when I got taken up out my body in the shower, and I saw the light, and then when I experienced one of the shadows of death coming after me, and then the beams of light came at my aid, and my soul came out of my body, and I saw my soul, and I saw the gods and all that. That what you call gods is having powers and unbelievable. You with the light and all these things. You're imperishable. I don't know if you're familiar with ancient Kemetic language, but there's a thing called the imperishable Ku, the imperishable souls. You become a great illuminary. You become one of the brethrens of the light, a light god. There are things called light gods, and you have to be pure of heart. And how you be pure of heart? It has to be within. You can't fake it. You can fake it all you want to other people and all that, but deep down inside, it's like, would you sacrifice yourself to save people or do things that other people won't? Because a lot of people are really cowardly at heart. When I say this world is like Bleach, I mean it. This world is like God of War. Like, the cowardly souls would easily be perished. You have to be deep down inside. You got to be like, man, for the moral code, for the galactic code of all that's virtuous and right, I'm willing to put this fleshly body to rest because I know my place. When that creature came after me, one of the creatures, the other time, the Grim Reaper, one of the Grim Reapers, they are real. What saved me was there was something inside of me that clicked. I was like, I found my purpose. I was here. A soul is meant to be here forever. You were meant to travel. That's why Freemasons call each other travelers. It goes much more than just walking around and traveling from sea to sea. Remember, that's what the Moors did. They traveled from sea to sea and all these different things. But spiritual and a higher level, your soul was meant to be eternal. They know that God exists. They know the Most High. There is a Most High. They know it exists, but they hide it from you. What saved me when it was coming after me, because it came after me 3 nights in a row, was the fact that I found that out deep down inside. Because these things, remember, as the Christian Bible said, there's many different knowledge within many different religions as well. They take pieces and pieces. There are pieces of truth that trickle down. We get just enough to hold us on to the next day of slavery. That's what religion does. It feeds you lies and truth trickle down, so you have to put the puzzles together in many different aspects. See, the thing is, we are created in the image of the Most High, creator of all. Therefore, we cannot be contained. Knowledge cannot be contained. They physically try to trap you, and mentally. But the thing is, if you're a free thinker, you latch on to all, like a computer. They want the computers to have all the information. They don't ever tell a computer to stop learning this, stop learning that. Oh no, you're going to be too freaked out. But they tell a human to stop thinking like that. When we are made to grasp all, they want to limit you when you're limitless. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what saved me was the fact that I found out that I am in the image of the Most High, because the light was there, the Most High, alongside these beings that were kings and queens and gods and goddesses. Like, I see the whole setup came. I don't know if you saw the movie. In my old video, you seen Assassin's Creed, when all the ancestors came back and they were like these warrior beings and stuff like that. That really happened to me. And I saw my soul, and I was standing amongst these luminaries, these ancient beings that had on the crown. I could explain, it was so beautiful. But what clicked within me was, I felt it within my Ra'u, or my chakra. I felt it in my gut that you could never destroy this. Whatever I am, I was made to see all and explore, and to never be at rest. Never. You could never have this. And then my powers unlocked. So I know it's a spiritual warfare. That's why I'm on here like this. You know what I mean? No matter what these humans say, it's so easy to look around and be like, damn, I wish I had a house. I wish I had this cars. I wish I had this money and all that stuff. You would lose. The reason why you don't have that is because for the ones who know from the heart that any of this is going to matter when you're transcending, even through life. Some of us don't have these things because we would be persuaded that materialistic means got me here, not the Most High. The job of the light, the powers, the real powers, is to guide you back to source, not to get you further and further astray, and to believe in the material gods, which are actually the demonic powers that are behind it, the puppet masters. I don't want that. When I say we, I mean my team. I am a Bedouin. I am a light god. That's what I am, one of the light gods. I'm a Bedouin. Power. I warn you all each and every day. And I want you all to become my Bedouins too. My kings and queens, my goddess and my goddesses. My gods and goddesses. Because yes, that's what we are. We are considered those things under the Most High Creator of all. There's a lot of people who are hurt, who went through so much. That's why they don't believe in the powers that be, the real order, the order of the light and the Most High. So they stray. They become lost prophets. These people that believe in all these things. Your religious leaders and masters have become corrupt. Your churches, all these different things are ran by the state. These 501c3 forms that they fill out. All these different things. If you knew law and you understand how things work, you'll really realize who runs the world. Why do you think Beyonce made that song, Who Runs the World? She gonna say girls and stuff, but it was a backplay. Look at the video. She was riding the black horse. Damn, it be right in our faces, man, and we just around it. We fucking society.